Good morning, folks, and happy Wednesday to you. And this day, as every day, I hope and pray that you are blessed by God and that you are experiencing and expecting His wonderful, wonderful love manifested in His blessings. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us repeat with the psalmist that we will rejoice and be glad in it. It is Wednesday, February the 4th, and February the 4th is very poignant to me, and I'll tell you why. It was on February the 4th, 1994, which I guess is 33, 34-ish years ago, that I stepped out and went to basic training. And believe you me, till the day I go to my grave, I might get senile at some point, but till the day I go to my grave, there are a few things that I'll remember, and February the 4th, 1994 is one of those. But I hope and pray that this Wednesday is doing well for you. Out of an abundance of caution, we will not be having in-person prayer and Bible study tonight, and that's a shame because I think all of us are ready to be back together in person, but we certainly want everyone to be safe, as I said before. The church parking lot, it's fairly clean on one side, but they are calling for some rain and for some snow, maybe not very much accumulation, but some more snow this evening. So let's be sure that we're safe and we'll be cautious and not gather together tonight in person. But there will be a Bible study posted. One thing I want to do is make sure that each and every one of us has access to the message that God has for us. So I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, it might have been day before, but if we're not able to gather in person, I'm going to do my dead level best to make sure that we have a message or a Bible study lesson posted on our Facebook or YouTube page. So that will be available this evening for you. So get on there, study the Bible virtually, as it were, get a blessing from God, and I know that you will get that blessing from God. I want to read to you today in Matthew chapter number 7. It's part of what we call the Sermon on the Mount. And Jesus gives us some wonderful, wonderful lessons in the Sermon on the Mount from Matthew chapter 5 through Matthew chapter 7. So I encourage you in your personal devotion, your Bible reading time, to spend a little bit of time in the Sermon on the Mount, and you'll get a wonderful blessing from that. But Jesus tells us something in Matthew chapter number 7 and verse number 12 that is very, very familiar to each and every one of us. We know it as the golden rule. Jesus says these words, "Therefore all things whatsoever you would do that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets." In this particular language here, Jesus says it kind of eloquently, but you break it all down, he reminds us that we should do unto others as they would have them do unto us. People get that mixed up so much. I have heard it said many, many times. I've asked people, what is the golden rule? And they'll say, do unto others as they do unto you. Now that's not true. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. See, here's the reason we say that. Because not everybody is going to treat us the way we want to be treated. But that doesn't mean that we don't treat others the way we would want to be treated. How do you want to be treated? Do you want to be treated with respect? Do you want to be treated with dignity? I'm not saying that everybody's going to be friends with everybody. I'm not saying that everybody's going to agree with everybody. But what I am saying is that we should treat others as we would want to be treated. Now, you might say to yourself, you might be watching this, and maybe you are involved in some kind of a sin, and you'll hear me preach against that sin. And you're saying, how are you treating me the way that you would want to be treated? Well, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know about anybody else, but I would rather somebody be honest with me and tell me what I need to hear versus what might make me feel good. And that's respectful. And that's treating someone with dignity. So Christian especially, it applies to everybody, but especially the Christian. Let's be sure to treat others the way we would want to be treated. And that's what Jesus is telling us here in this portion of the Sermon on the Mount. And I hope and pray that you get encouragement and instruction from Jesus' words this day. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Later on, you be sure to tune in. There will be a Bible study available for you since we're not able to gather in person. This Sunday, I will not be available. It is my reserve weekend, but I'm spending this reserve weekend in my Army-mandated retirement briefings. So I will be away doing that on this reserve weekend. I hope and pray that it is possible to gather in person for Sunday worship, and if it is, you all be sure to be there. I won't be there, but the pulpit will be filled, the message will be preached, God will be praised, and everyone will be blessed. Love you folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.